Young men, on today's video, I want to talk about single fatherhood and the challenges that come with that and offer you some help and some tips on how to navigate that in a way that is best for your child first and then for you. Listen, I am the over 50 guy / the online dad. My channel is all about giving you young men practical and actionable tips to help you navigate this part of your life. This channel is about giving you advice from a 55-year-old perspective that if I would have taken, and probably a lot of men my age would have taken back when we was your age, we'd probably be in a better position today. Okay, so let's get into it. Listen, I had a whole nother video. Actually, it is done. It is done, and I was going to upload that for you guys today. We had been talking for the last couple of days about actionable and practical steps to building yourself. And we had one the other day, getting up early, and I had a whole nother one planned to upload today, and I'll upload that tomorrow. But for now, I'm starting to hear more and more from single fathers that are, really struggling out here. I was a single father, not by choice, but I was a single father. I have a son that is a single father. My girlfriend's son is a single father, and I hear about the challenges that they're facing. And while I am not new to that, it's pretty much the same challenges that I faced back when I was raising my children. There were some things that I just wasn't aware of, things that I just didn't know. And I want to talk about that with you guys a little bit today, things that really opened my eyes once I learned them. First and foremost, if you are not a single father, it goes without saying. If you are between 18 and 29, or if you are a young man of any age, and you don't have a job, you don't have a good job, you are not in a position to have a child, right? You're not in a position to have a child. Like, I hear guys lamenting about the issues and problems that come with them being a single father. They have to pay child support, and they have to do this, and they have to do that, and you don't even have a job, right? So if you're in a position where you can't take care of a child adequately, don't freaking have one. That's number one. For you guys who don't have children, right? No, that's not what I see. I see guys out here without a job, without anywhere to live, and you got 8 kids. That's retarded, and you get everything you deserve. If you get messed over by the system, if you're getting messed over by child support and all your money is getting took from your McDonald's check, and you got 8 kids out here, you deserve what you get. I ain't got no holler for you, right? So that's if you don't have children. If you don't have children, don't have them, guys. Don't have them. And don't give me that, the condom broke into this, that, and the other. 9 times out of 10, y'all out here shooting the club up raw. And you know the result of that. The end result of unprotected sex with a woman is a child, possibly, right? And if you're not in a position to care for a child adequately, then if you're having sex, which I'm sure many of you are, then it is just simple responsibility, being responsible to prevent a child from coming from that situation. I speak to young men 18 to 29. That is the core demographic that I am speaking to. And I guarantee you guys, between 18 and 29, you are not ready for a child. You're not ready to take care of a child. You may be ready to produce one, but you're not ready to adequately take care of one. I know, because I had my son when I was 27 years old, and I had a great job. And it was still difficult. I did what I could, but looking back on it, it was not enough with my good job. So if I had a good job and I was able to, provide somewhere to live, I was able to provide clothes and food and this, that. What are you doing with McDonald's or with no job at all? This is what I mean when I say you're not ready between 18 and 29 to have a child. So if you know you're not ready, it is flat out irresponsible for you to continue to have children that you can't take care of adequately, then complain about how the system is doing you wrong and taking all of your money and messing. System ain't doing nothing to you. You're doing it to yourself, and they ain't got no holler for you because you're irresponsible, right? And there's a cost to be paid for irresponsibility. And if you're paying that now, the best that you can hope is that you learn from that, do some things differently, and stop being irresponsible. Now to the young men out here that, you ain't got a bunch of kids, you thought you were ready for this, and you have children now. It's a struggle for you because, child support is taking the little money that you have, child support is taking half of it. It is hard for you because you may want to be with mom, but mom has moved on. You want to spend more time with your child, but mom is still mad at you for whatever you did to cause y'all to split, and now she's keeping the child from you. You got all of this stuff going on. And I will tell you candidly, fellas, you have a system that can care less about you. You have a system that in their mind, in the system's mind, and what I mean by the system, I mean the courts, the general narrative that in parenting is that the mother is always best for the child, right? I'm going to throw this one at you. The thing that a lot of men don't understand and don't realize is that, not for all women, but for a lot of them, the child is the prize, not you. Not you. You just provide the material. And then once the child comes, you're gone. They don't care about you. They don't want you. They don't care about you. So it's a lot, man. It is so much going on for single fathers out here. And I can tell you that I dealt with a lot of that bringing my children up, when I had them. There's a lot to unpack there. I think there's two things that I see more commonly in these situations. I see young men that have children that don't have the financial resources to take care of them. And then I see women who use the child as a pawn against the father and won't allow visitation, won't allow the father to do things with the child without her, that type of thing. So we'll get into all of that. But real quick, guys, I just want to talk about the financial part of it. Now, like I said, I was really fortunate when I had my children. I had a very good job. To give you an idea of how good of a job that I had, I paid over $1,000 in child support a month. I hear you guys complaining about paying $50 or $100. I paid over $1,000 a month for 18 years, right? That's the type of job I had. And for me, when it came down that I had to pay that amount of money, it was as simple as just working an extra day of overtime or working 4 or 5 hours a day or a couple hours a day to make that shortfall up. So I really didn't have to struggle financially with that. But for you guys that do, because I see a lot of you guys that do, and everybody is not going to have a good job in their 20s, right? So what do you do? What do you do? Because the child support is going to be the child support. I hear the guys all the time, oh, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to tell the judge about this, and I'm going to tell and don't nobody give a dang on about none of that. They're going to take what you make. They're going to take what she makes. There's a formula for that, and it's going to spit out a number. And she can be the worst thing since sliced bread. They ain't got nothing to do with that number. She could be all kinds of not letting you do this and she does this. That doesn't matter. It is going to spit out that number, and that is the number that you are going to pay. Now, there are some mitigating circumstances in that thing as far that, and we'll talk about that later. I'm just talking about paying child support, right? And how is it that you can, once they put you on papers or you have to start paying child support, what's the best way to go about still sustaining yourself while paying your child support? The best way to do that, gentlemen, and there's no way around it, you have to go out and get another job. If your one job is not paying enough to where the child support is taking all of it, you have to get another one. If it's not taking all of it, but it's not enough, it doesn't leave you enough to continue to take care of your rent and your day-to-day, you have to go get a side job. Guys, there's no other way around that. This complaining about it and, she messing me up and she taking all of my money. First of all, she's not doing nothing. You decided to shoot up the club, right? Without protection, right? You decided to keep going when you know the condom had broke. So it ain't all her. It's you too, young man. You got some responsibility in that too. And none of that is going to sway a judge. None of that is going to sway that computer system that spits out that number. So if you find yourself, men, if you find yourself in a situation now where child support is taking so much of your money that you cannot survive, the only choice that you have at this point is to go out and secure yourself some more employment. And listen, that may mean McDonald's at night, jobs that you never thought that you would do or you don't want to do. It may mean that. But what is not going to change your situation is complaining about how jacked up your baby mama is and what she's doing and how she's taking for you. You got to take care of yourself. The state is going to make sure you take care of your child. And all of this, well, I do this and I shouldn't have to pay this because that computer system don't care nothing about that, man. A lot of times it's not fair. Get over that. Get over that. Now, we can talk about some ways that you can lessen your child support, whether it is having more visitation with your child, whether it is joint custody. We'll get off into all of that. But initially, guys, if you are dealing in a situation where your child support is taking the majority of your check, there is no other alternative for you but to go get another job or find a way to make more money. There's no other alternative. And crap talking your baby's mama and the system and they ain't fair and this is messed up, that's not helping you. That's not helping you. Man, you're going to have to go out and secure yourself more money. And legally, the way you do that is you have to get another job. And men, you wouldn't be the only man that has had to, work 2 and 3 jobs to make up for their child support. I knew plenty of them coming up. I would have been one, if not for the fact that I had a decent job and I could just work a little bit of overtime and make up that shortfall. One more thing I want you guys to think about, and I'll wrap this up. If that is in fact your child, and we'll talk about that too. A guy told me this years ago, and it really helped me with all of the child support that I was paying. And he simply said to me that, Will, you're going to take care of your child, one way or the other, whether you're in the house or whether you're out of the house. You're out of the house and you're paying child support like you wouldn't be doing that otherwise, or you wouldn't be supporting your child otherwise if you was in the house. I think the point he's making is you're going to do it one way or the other. One way or the other, there's going to be resources, financial resources going towards the child that you created, whether you're in the house or not. So whether you're in the house and you have to pick up another job to pick up the slack, or whether you're out of the house and you have to pick up a job to cover the slack from your child support, you will be taking care of that child one way or the other. But the first thing you're going to have to do if you find yourself in that situation and you're paying child support and it's leaving you with nothing, you still have to survive. And nobody else cares about that. The courts don't care about it. Your baby mama damn sure don't care about it. You have to be the one to care about that, right? You're the only one that can care about it. You're the only one that can do something about it. And if you are being drained financially because of child support, there really is only one other alternative. You have to go and secure other financial resources for yourself to make up that shortfall. Okay? So listen, I have a ton to say on this subject. Me and my children's mother split when they were like 6 years old. So I have years of experience and knowledge with the courts and with the baby's mama and all of that stuff that I want to share with you guys. So stay tuned, okay? Listen, I am the Over 50 guy / the online dad. I hope this has added some value to you guys. We'll be back with another one soon.